Good afternoon, YouTube. It is your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and got a little trip this morning. Take care of some business. This stream I had in mind for y'all for about a week or so. So we're gonna get right into it. Um, I got a very good thumbnail, bought from Fresh and Fit. They they have this conversation a lot regarding, you know, your salary profile as a man. Um, Prospected by women, their views on a requirement for what a man should earn yearly, which is their motivation for being taken care of. Now let me just think about what I just said, right? Their motivation for being taken care of. Also, excuse the noise factor because we are on the move. Also, when they mention terms like lifestyle, right? Uh, Fresh and Fit, those two came from a particular, I would say, group of guys out of the manosphere who formed some type of coalition, and they all shared the same talking points, formulated a lot of them together, and then they all broke off from one another, expanded, and created their own brands on their platforms. Um, this particular conversation right here, basically finances in general, whether a woman wants a rich man or a man that makes a certain amount of money yearly. Overall, just women's preference for finances, what they call financially attractive, right, is something that you have to look at it as a man and understand that it's bullshit. You know, Getting into this discussion, when we get into this discussion a little bit further, I I prove why it's bullshit. I've proven this bullshit many times before. But like I tell y'all, like these conversations are so past tense, so unfruitful, meaningless, and pointless that you can get annoyed when you know better. So I think it best. I think it is best for me to stomach the repeat subjects. It won't get any better by me just doing something here and there once or twice and leaving it alone. And like I get it. Other people don't know. Other people don't know, and information has to be repeated for the new and incoming, right? So you don't fall into this trap. Um, but these women are a danger to your finances, your assets, your potential. You know, they'll stunt your growth. They'll derail you, right? These women are not educated like they say they are because they don't know a broad spectrum of knowledge, and they don't apply a lot of common sense. And then they sometimes refuse to learn new things. Uh, they believe in their degree or their experience, and from that alone, it gets even worse if they make a little money. And your $50,000 compared to their $50,000 is not the same. I want you to understand that. You can make just as much or slightly more money than them. Hell, you can make more money than them in general, and their value is just to them in a whole nother category compared to yours, right? So you got to understand that, and there's that's not reality. That's just them. It's not right and it's not truthful. It's nothing for you to base or measure yourself on. It's just for you to know that's just how they think and operate. But it's not. It's delusional. It doesn't work for anybody. But let them be like that, right? And Fresh and Fit, like I said, they have the worst examples of women, and it's strategically done by them. I get it because they really, they deal with the majority of women, the modern woman. So they're going to have pretty much primarily modern women of all categories and types on their show because the modern woman is the worst woman in the history of kind and time, right? So let's break down the bullshit when it comes out of these women's mouths about from six figures to a rich man, you know, the men that they find financially attractive and what they want, uh, earning wise, amount wise from a man to be taken care of. That's another phrase. Be careful about. Be taken care of. You know. So let's break this shit down, right? Women. Now, Myron correctly told this woman that you want 1% of men in existence when you already outnumber men um, by quadruple or more numbers, right? Roundabout. And you think that there's enough of these men to go around and to be monogamous and faithful at that. Okay? They're not trying to hear that. They're not even trying to hear that they outnumber all men, let alone the 1% of men. They're not trying to hear it. They wake up every day with these delusions. Every day. And this goes back to education. They can't process information properly, right? Nor apply it. Statistics, information, statistics in general, when it turns into facts, it turns into truth. And these women can't process it. So that's the bullshit, right? Now we're going to dive deeper scientifically and analytically, improving more bullshit on top of bullshit, right? Now, I've talked about the different tiers of the middle class. And these women, modern women in general, regardless of race, fall at an equal rate in the middle class as men. So average women have a male counterpart that they can team up with on average. There's still not enough men to go around, but they purposely sabotage and hurt themselves and keep themselves single or whoring because they're still having sex with one or more guys, whether they claim to be single or not. So even though they outnumber men, they still have the ability to get an average men like them being average themselves to team up with. That's the next delusion. They refuse to accept their value and where their value lies. and where their ideal option lies, right? I'm telling you guys, man, like I don't even have this conversation. I'm gonna make a real strong, clear point at the end of this, right? But we're gonna go into our next phase of bullshit. Okay? This goes into being taken care of. We're gonna put this together. We're gonna put these together. Lifestyle. Remember that term. Also remember the phrase to be taken care of. Right? We're gonna put these two things together. All right. Here's the bullshit in these things, right? Hypothetically, right? If you make six figures or if you are rich, these women have already proven that their education doesn't really extend to true comprehension of things as they move along in life, right? Finances, economics, um, financial freedom, things like that don't register with these women. I don't care what kind of degree they have. So what they will do when they get with these guys, six figures to being rich, they will cause you hardship because they will attach themselves to you like a leech, and they will spin with no regard for financial freedom, security, and retirement. And then they don't understand the importance of freedom related to finances, right? It's all about a lifestyle. It's all about being taken care of. Well, being taken care of, they don't even know what that is. They think it's you affording them their lifestyle and, you know, giving them the things that they want versus the things that they need, right? You can take two average people, team up with the right amount of information and knowledge and understanding of it, and they come up with a formula and a plan, and they work together, and they can become financially free or rich or rich. But these women can't break away from being stubborn, um, being too picky, um, being closed-minded, not understanding where they lie at value-wise and what is best for them, and make decisions based upon those things. They can't do that, right? Now, why would I want a woman who's going to spin, and she's never going to read, study, always been on the lookout for new information based around what benefits both of us as a whole, and definitely what benefits our future, secures our future, right? I will not date a woman who doesn't have business sense, who doesn't have passing, managing, budgeting, and saving skills, and who doesn't have an ear to always looking at the economy and understanding finances, and also looking at financial options that we can pursue together. I won't fool with a woman who doesn't have that mindset or as a part of her mindset. I refuse. I've learned my lesson. I've done that shit. And then here's something else I failed to mention. Like I don't discredit the 50-50 uh, practice at all. I don't discredit any kind of ratio 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. Dudes that got this macho ego shit and they really try to extend into traditionalism by sounding like they're going to pay for everything in 2024 during inflation. And, you know, we know that only 1% of men are rich. I'm not trying to hear that nonsense. And I'm also not trying to hear that nonsense from women being taken care of, um, wanting guys that make a certain amount of money, and yet they want to live off that amount of money and then not contribute and keep their money. Your money is our money, and my money is my money. I'm not hearing none of this. It's all foolishness. Now, when you do consider other races and other cultures, they don't operate like that. They have a rule. Whatever amount of money either one makes, bring it home, and we'll strategize how to use it to the benefit of the family. That's their rule. They do teamwork and group economics. I don't know what's wrong with Americans. I don't know what's wrong with people who think 50-50 or any other ratio is a bad thing. But I'm here to tell you this inflation is real. Getting up every day, I get up and go every day, and I pay for everything, and I afford myself everything, being my daughter by myself. And yes, I'm a man and I can do that, but I am not going to sit here and try to inflame you to turn you into something that really is not working smart. It's working hard. I don't recommend nobody right now to start a family, definitely have kids in 2024, unless you have acquired a system and structure, not just being in that tax bracket, but a system and a structure where it's secure. It won't deplete. It won't diminish. And nobody can come in and mess it up. And everybody is following that system under your leadership, with the understanding that this works and it's smart and it's freedom, right? So understanding all that, like listening to these women, they don't know anything other than my makeup, my hair, you know, my cosmetology, uh, my fashion. They don't even cook and clean anymore. They don't even know how to, make a home feel warm. All they know is how to look like an IG model, sex appeal, and figure out a way to maintain those basic ass routines. Dumbest shit I ever seen when it comes to trying to even consider, how to go about relationships, a marriage, and a family, and your value as either gender to the roles and skills and quality needed for the formation of those things, right? The weirdest shit I see that these women don't even have the skill sets, the real skill sets needed, right? Everybody looks like a fucking IG model. Everybody looks like fucking Michael Jackson or somebody with some fucking Botox plastic surgery. They all fucking look the same with the fucking same eyebrows and makeup. They can't even fucking make grits. The majority of them, when you look at them, they want you to make a whole fucking shit ton of money, but they couldn't cook you. They couldn't make you a fucking sandwich. Couldn't make you a fucking BLT. They have to DoorDash a fucking BLT. They can't buy a pack of pre-cooked bacon, put it on some bread with some lettuce and some fucking tomato and some mayonnaise. They can't even fucking do that for you. They have to DoorDash that shit. But they want you to make $100,000 all the way to be rich to take care of them, to waste money on them, right? Now, y'all remember I done the stream where the 40-year-old black couple worked together in teamwork and economics. They done a ratio. It wasn't the man pay for everything. It wasn't the man take care of the woman all solely by himself. They took care of each other. It wasn't the man affording her a lifestyle. they worked together, put their money together, and looked in the areas where their money was best spent, which was on retirement, and they became financially free. They were helpmates to each other, the ultimate title, their original role. Fuck all this man-made shit. You got to go with God and nature. Helpmate. That title is greater than a husband or a wife. You get caught up on man-made shit and you can't see the fucking science, right? Now, I also done a stream on the Passport Bro Escape Package, the 15-year escape plan, what you should be doing with a woman, what y'all should be doing together, what your leadership should consist of. Your leadership should consist of, yes, earnings potential, and the most earnings as possible, which would go into financial freedom, right? But the areas that once you start earning a certain amount of money, you should invest your money in retirement. Like, if I were to pay all the bills in the house, reasonable bills, live within my means, nothing extravagant, and my woman was making money, whether I made 75K, 100K, or more, if my woman was making 50 to 100K, if I'm paying all the bills, she has to pay for our retirement. This frees up a lot of money for me and her to retire faster. I don't need her buying purses and Birkin bags and jewelry, eating out and all that. I don't need her to do that. We didn't get married for that. We got married to be helpmates to each other. And the responsibility for us is to take care of each other. And within their responsibility is we both have a quest and desire for freedom, financial freedom. So if my woman can invest $500 to $1,000 of her money every month into an accelerated retirement plan for the both of us as a married couple, why would she say her money is her money and she can spend it the way she wants when she doesn't sit down with me and strategize, right? We have to beat the system. For me to take care of you and for you to be stress-free is you don't get to walk right into a no work situation. It's going to take some work. It may take 5 years, 10, 15 years. I don't understand how people be married for 5, 10, 15 years and get divorced and got to go back to work and, start over again. And then it's even foolish to get married again. And you never learned the first time how to fucking be married. From the business standpoint, economic standpoint. Damn the love and all that shit, damn that shit, right? Yeah, you want to love and you want connection and you want to be compatible with somebody. But, these people that have been together for that long and then they split up and they never figured out. And then they talk about how like finance plays a major role in divorce, right? I wonder why. I wonder who's the problem. Sounds like the women are the problem because they have no true economic sense of things, right? My woman's going to invest in my retirement. If I have to afford her a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, basic necessities that I cover all by myself, and I've done that before. I've paid the rent before. I've paid all the utilities. I paid the cable, the internet bill. Every time we went out to eat, I paid that. I paid the majority of the groceries. I paid for the maintenance and the upkeep around the home. If I didn't have to go and buy the tools and stuff and do it myself, right? While the woman, all she did was talk on the phone, be social, worried about her personal shopping and her personal hygiene and cosmetology and, keeping up with the Joneses and, turning on the TV and keeping up with trends and Hollywood and shit like that, the dumb shit. Never once did she consider what's most important, right? And you wonder why your hair get gray, you go bald, you lose your muscle, because you deal with a bunch of stupid shit from these females. that makes absolutely no sense. We're in a capitalist society. We're in inflation. You know, like you want to be 100% free. Well, that's probably not possible. But you want to be as free as possible, right? Basic things like retirement, dividend accounts, annuities, things that once you invest a certain amount of money into them, they give you a return that can go to your checking account, and you 10, 15 years down the road, your money's making uh, after you put so much in an annuity, you know, you got a $300,000, $400,000 annuity that's giving you $4,000 a month. An annuity is something that you invest that amount of money in, and it pays you from the financial company a certain percentage per month for the rest of your life. A lot of people don't like them, but the thing is, you have to have annuity in conjunction with a retirement account, whether you use a 401k or IRA. The Super 401k is the way to go. You put $72,000 in it 6 times, you got a 1.5 million. $1 million yields $90,000 a year in interest. So now you got 100 grand in interest year to year. You combine that with an annuity, you know, that's well over 6 figures a month. I mean, that's a 6 figure a month salary of retirement. You add in a dividend account where you invest about the same amount as an annuity that gives you a certain percentage in return on average, you got another 4 or 5 grand a month. If you can get a woman to not buy shit and live under your roof, whether you rent or mortgage, and y'all do that shit for 5, 10, no longer than 15 years, job well done. You won. You don't even have to run a business anymore. You don't have to work for nobody. You got 10 to 20 grand coming in a month the rest of your life. For the both of y'all to just she can go to the gym, you can go to the gym, or you can go do hobbies and shit. Y'all can travel. Then she can fucking shop. You know, if you do the shit early enough, you'll do it where you're still youthful. You'll be in your late 30s, 40s, 50s. You won't be fucking borderline 70, fucking 80, bent over and shit. You know, y'all still look good, y'all still in shape, y'all can still move around. Right? You're on autopilot. The conversations that, you know, a lot of guys in the manosphere like Fresh and Fit, your higher profile content creators and podcasters and shit, YouTubers and shit, man. The conversations that they fucking have, man, are ridiculous to me now. You know, for the life of me, I'll be wondering, like, damn, they got all these subscribers and they make all this money off of YouTube. And nobody gives them a fraction of the correct information that I give. And you see me with 58 subscribers. That's because, man, this shit is rigged. They want you confused. These guys don't want you really to figure out how to pick a fucking woman, how to be successful with a fucking woman. Just like they don't want these fucking women to learn how to pick a man and the right attitude and mindset that they should bring into a relationship, and the effort they should put into it, and the skills and qualities and value they should really have, what they should really bring to the table, and how it's not hard to obtain the freedom that they want. They don't know how to get it. They just think, I just got to get a rich man. No, you can get this same fucking freedom. It's going to take a little work. And you're going to have the right eye to pick the right guy to do it with. And you have to get out of your ego and out of your dumb shit. You know? So, man, that's the bullshit, right? Now, let me tell y'all something, right? The dumbest shit that these guys are doing is sitting there listening to females tell them how much money they should make. Like the female is entitled for the money to be used on her. And in her mind, she wants to spend it. It's like you a slave or a fucking pet or something. Like, first of all, who the fuck are you to tell me how much money I'm supposed to be making? And you ain't entitled to my money. I don't have to tell you shit. I don't have to tell you what I do for a living, how much money I make, because it's not your fucking money. It's mine. I don't have to share my money with no fucking body. I don't have to tell anybody my fucking business. Right? So why would I let a female try to assess me when she ain't even worth what I'm fucking worth or what she thinks she's fucking worth? And see, I talked that shit to Jessica X on the stream one time. Like, dudes are fucking stupid. You do not have to waste your money in being interested in getting to know a female. It's none of her fucking business how much money you make. She's not entitled to it. And if you don't make what she think you should make, fuck that bitch. That bitch can kiss your ass. Because your money is your money. Stop talking to these hoes. Because most of them are hoes. Stop talking to these hoes about what you do for a living and your money. It's none of their fucking business. They're not entitled to it. You don't have to give them shit. And they shouldn't have the audacity, right? I remember a time, I was telling somebody this the other day, where I was making $10 an hour. This is back around 2000, between 2009 to 2012, I was making $10 an hour. Now, that was on one job. The other job was paying me $9 an hour. So I had two jobs, right? You know, and I was messing with this chick at the time, and she wanted to use me just for friendship and sex. She told me that she wanted me to make more money, and I was immediately turned off, right? I became turned off because I understood, like, she's trying to belittle me. I'm good enough for you to sleep with, have fun with, but I'm not good enough for you to take serious because you want me to make more money. Make more money to do what? Give it to you? And I got two jobs. I had my own crib. I had a vehicle. I was a fully functioning adult. I've always been handsome in shape. I was just like now. I work out. I was younger, you know. Uh, I was 30, early 30s. I'm looking at this chick like, okay. So I immediately was turned off. Right now, that fling came to an end. For one, I had to check off on her about that. Two, when they want to put you in any kind of friendship category, even if they give you sex, that's another thing. You can still be getting a lot of sex and having the kind of sex you want with a chick that looks the way you want her to look, but she can still have you in a friend category for other reasons, right? So, you know, the thing was, I checked off on her, stopped fucking with her. This chick for years used to still inbox me to try to have some kind of communication with me. She even had got married and had two other kids when I knew she already had a kid. So she had three kids. And I would ignore the inbox. This went on for years. But my two jobs weren't good enough for her to take serious. Yet she went off into a marriage with kids and still would reach out to me because of the sex and fun that she had with me, the imprint I left on her, right? So I want y'all to understand that this money thing that these women talk about, they don't even know what the fuck they're saying. I'm sorry I had to start cussing, but I gotta get my point across, man. Like this shit is weird. They're absolutely clueless. They have no comprehension. And I'm just looking at them, man. I listen to this conversation, and I'm telling you, this conversation right here, it ain't even about the women as a whole. Like guys that discredit 50-50 or ratios beyond them trying to have an ego and sound macho, sound super alpha. Oh, I pay for everything. My woman doesn't have to pay. I don't believe in 50-50. Shut the fuck up. This stream kills that. The thing is, you got to beat the system. You and her together have to team up, do group economics, and come with a formula, a strategy, or a plan to beat the system. Y'all got to take care of each other. Because, women signed up for this ratio shit, whether you people want to believe it or not. When they decided to go and get educated and be career oriented, make their own money, they signed up for 50-50 and other ratios by default. And then they wanted to pull back. They didn't want to contribute any money. They wanted to keep their money and live off you. Now they're pulling back. Now they don't even really want to go the educational route or career or job route at all. They want to go straight to a rich man and be a housewife again. But newsflash, y'all don't even know how to be wives, let alone housewives. Y'all spend so much time hoeing, having fun. The only thing that you did was hold on by the hair of your chinny chin chin to get a degree in a career. You never learned what it takes to be a wife. You didn't learn household skills, home economics, home management, gender-based roles, temperament, you know, having a fair understanding and attitude toward men. You didn't learn those things. All you knew was go to school, repeat, regurgitate what you study at school, go to work, treat your boss and managers like how you should treat your husband. And all the dudes that you had sex with and dated and stuff like that has your system scrambled. Let alone when you listen to the garbage from toxic, poisonous women who teach you shit like feminism and to be a misandrist and be a bias toward men and hate men. So, fellas, you got all this stuff going on. I'm telling you, if you listen to the instructions that I gave in here, and you could set a woman down and she gets it, 5, 10, 15, 15 is just if y'all bullshit. 5, 10 years, y'all should be financially free. If you just get rid of social media, get rid of her friends, block out all the unimportant things, and you and her team up, it can happen. You can beat the system. You can wake up every day not having to go to work. Your money goes straight to your checking account or comes through the mailbox. Well over 6-figure salary, autopilot, compound interest, money making money for you. Not doing any paperwork, not keeping up with other personalities, none of that shit. You can get up, eat your breakfast, you can take your morning jog, you can walk your dog, you can go to the gym, you can get into your hobbies. Hell, you can just do part-time stuff and make money off that just for peace of mind. You can travel. All that stuff. These women don't get it. They don't get it. But hey, man, oh well. Y'all got the stream. This stream is fire. Um, share it, like, share, subscribe, man. This is your boy Zulu Go, man. Leave a comment. I'm out. Let me get down the road. Let me keep doing what I'm doing. I will talk to y'all later, and I'll be back.